Hi, happy Wednesday. So it is February and I live in the upper Midwest, so it is dark and dreary and cold. And I just wanted to note to anyone else who is feeling the same way that pitchers and catchers reported to spring training this week. So spring is coming. But today's Word Wednesday, and today I want to talk about a word that is a little bit of a twist on what we talked about last week. Last week we talked about using nouns as verbs. So this week I want to talk specifically about a word that is a verb most commonly, but is used as a noun, ask. So if you are in the corporate world, you know that this is used on a very regular basis. My ask is to email me with your thoughts, or, he has an ask of our team. That is used in place of the word request. For the most part, when I hear it, it is used in the place of the word request. So it feels very corporate speaky to me. It's not something that I would use when talking to friends or family members. And that to me is an indication of whether I want to use a word or not, is whether it feels too corporate-y to me. If it's not something I would use when talking to an acquaintance or someone who I speak to at home, why would I use it at work, right? So I looked into it a little bit. Merriam-Webster generally defines ask as a verb. So I want to ask you a question. We need to go ask them for more information, etc. It's a verb. They do note that it is a noun in British English, and it's informal. And if you go to the Oxford English Dictionary, then what you find out is that it is used it's a colloquialism, and it is used in conjunction with the term big. I have a big ask. And it's a little bit like we would use like a tall order. So it's kind of like it's a colloquialism. It's a particular phrase, and its origins are more in Australia and used in sports. So when it gets to the US, it is very much a business speaky sort of thing. I've heard from my friends in fundraising when I have complained about this word that it is extremely common, if not ubiquitous, in the fundraising world, that you have an ask is what you're looking for people to donate. I'm not sure I even want to get into that because I don't know the ins and outs of fundraising. But when we're talking about work, being more specific is always better. And when you use words that are corporate-y or jargony, it tends to be non-specific. So if you have a request, say that you have a request. If you're talking about, often it's used in relation to an asking price, that should be more like the ask is $12, but I think that's overpriced. Like, okay, the asking price is too high, that sort of thing. That just makes it a lot more clear, and people don't have to think as much about what you're saying. And it also doesn't feel like that feeling that you get when you hear a word. It doesn't feel as corporate speak-ish. So that is my recommendation on the word ask as a noun. Technically, it is a word. But it is in British English, and it is a colloquialism that is being used improperly in corporate US English. All right. Hope you guys all have a great week. Hope you are looking forward to some sunshine and spring, which may or may not happen anytime soon, but there is hope on the horizon. Bye.